when we are setting our goals, we sometimes find it difficult to articulate them, right? We all want to live our best life, but we don't know what that is sometimes. If this is you, keep on watching, because in today's video, I am going to walk you through a clarity exercise that is going to ensure that you live your best life starting right now. If you haven't subscribed yet, be sure to click the subscribe button. Comment below where you're from. I want to hear from you. I definitely want to build a community here. And let me know what you want to see, because on this channel, we are focusing on up-leveling your life starting now and taking action. So if this is something the type of content you want to see, definitely subscribe and comment below. So today's exercise is something that I do with my coaching clients in terms of really articulating the life that they want to live, what is important to them, and how they're going to get there. So the clarity exercise that I'm going to share with you, I'm actually going to link it in the bio so you can have a template that you can follow along as well. So definitely click the link in the bio. You'll be able to download the PDF template and start filling in the bubbles yourself. But in terms of why we're doing this, I think when clients come to me, they naturally say, oh, this is what I want to work on, this is what I want to do. But sometimes they struggle to articulate, like, what is my best life? Whether it's feeling stuck, feeling lost, sometimes you just need to take a moment. So as you saw in my previous video, the 5-day reset, that is a great way to jumpstart your goals, right? Because you're going to start thinking a little bit more critically, start finding ways to maneuver through whatever phase you are in your particular journey and take action. And today is really more focusing on creating a clear picture based on what you want and where you want to go. So as with all great things, the journey starts with you. So I want you to take a moment to set a date for yourself. Set the vibe. This is something that should feel really good. It should not feel torture by any means. So take time away from your day-to-day activities, because that's the first step to gaining clarity, is no distractions. So this is something that should, maybe give yourself 30 minutes to an hour. Pull yourself away from the day-to-day and set the mood. Whether that's lighting a candle, having a cup of coffee, pouring a glass of wine, whatever it is for you, to just reconnect with yourself. That is, I think, a critical step in just pausing, resetting, and feeling really good. So set the mood. Next, we're going to articulate the dream. And the reason why I call it the dream is because that is what your goal should feel like. There has to be an emotion to it, right? People connect to emotions. People connect their insight and their passion, and they're able to actually do it because they want to do it. So when you're thinking about your goals, don't make it realistic. It doesn't have to be realistic. It's your dream. So that's where I want you to think out of the box, right? And it could be anything. It could be like, I'm gonna leave my corporate job. Whatever, even if it makes you feel uncomfortable, you know what? I wanted to make you feel uncomfortable because that shows you're daring. You're daring greatly. You're daring outside the box. So I personally love to do a mind map. So whether that's a dry erase board, a piece of paper, I just like to see it all just in a white space. So the key is, as crazy as it may sound, as aspirational as it may be, as far away as that end goal may seem, you want to start just saying it out loud, pinning it out, visualizing it. In some cases, some of my clients, they like to do a vision board. They like to go on Pinterest. They like to cut out magazine pictures. Whatever it is for you, I want you to see it. You have to visually see it. Sidebar, this process should feel good. I know I said I wanted to make you feel uncomfortable, but it should also feel liberating. It should also get you excited. It should be like, you know what? Yeah, this is what I want my life to look like. So comment below. I want to hear from you. What are some of the things that you are learning from this process? So now that you have your vision, you know what the end game is going to look like, whether that's your mind map, your vision board, whatever it may be, as long as once you have that visual, Now we want to work backwards, which is step 3. In working backwards, you want to think about, these are my lifetime goals, these are my 3-year goals, and then finally, this is what the next 3 months are going to look like. So that way you're breaking it out into 3-month goals, 1-year goal, 3-year goals, and your lifetime goals. Now we're gonna focus on that 3-month, right? That 3-month area. And yes, you may have a lot of goals that you wanna accomplish within the 3 months. My ask of you is only to pick one. Pick a primary area that you're going to focus on, because as I talk about habit stacking, goal getting, you want to focus on one and then go on to the next. And this is something that I talk to my clients about in depth. What's most important now? And there's not that many things. I think once we start cluttering our minds and our hearts with all the things that we want to do, that's the second we get lost. We feel stuck, because then it's too much. And then it's like, where do I begin? So I'm asking you, pick one. It doesn't mean that the other ones are not important. They're still there on your list, but let's focus on one. And once you have that one singular focus, that's when you're gonna break it down. You're gonna break it down, and when you're doing your, what's most important to me to get done this week, it's very easy to identify and to articulate it, because now it's like, this is the one main goal that I'm focusing on, and this is what I need to do to get there. So key point, I wanna emphasize that, pick one. All the other goals are gonna happen once that first one initial happens. And it gives you confidence. It doesn't have to be the biggest goal, it doesn't have to be the easiest goal, it's the goal that's the most important. Now that you have that clearly illustrated, now we're gonna focus in on those 3 months. What are the key activities that you need to do in order to reach those 3-month goals? And then this is something that you're going to continue to break it down to task, break it down to habits, because ultimately it's those habits that are going to get you the goals. As you guys know, I love the book Atomic Habits. I think everyone should read it personally, because it really shows you that goals don't happen by just your to-do list. It happens from your habits. So what habits are you going to implement during the 3 months to reach your goals? But also, what habits are you gonna let go of? So I have a whole separate video on that coming up, so definitely stick tuned. The key to reaching your goals, as you'll see in this video, is having the clarity, keeping it simple, and finding ways, as I said, through habits, through systems, to actually make it happen. Once you have that singular focus, then you'll have a clearer vision of what has to get done. Keep it simple, right? That's once we start overcomplicating the things, that's when we get lost, or that's when we feel overwhelmed, and that's when it's like, okay, why even bother? We're not doing that here today. Keeping it simple, keeping it focused, keeping it clear. So that's it.